good morning. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I know I have a loud voice. But welcome, and this is such a special occasion because, believe it or not, this is the 10th anniversary game of the Live United Bowl. Don't let the numbers confuse you. I know we started in 2012, but we weren't able to play the game during COVID during 2020. So this is the 10th anniversary game, and how exciting. And to be honest, you know, in today's climate, money is hard to come by, and for this to be supported by Texarkana is amazing. And obviously, it's made possible through our founding sponsor. I know Alan will cover this. The City of Texarkana, Arkansas, and the Advertising and Promotion Committee, and the City of Texarkana, Texas, who has jumped in and hosted the Friday night banquet and the pep rally, which is wonderful. And we obviously could not do it with our sponsor, Farmers Bank and Trust. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to James Bramlett to speak on behalf of our sponsor. James.
Mayor Brown, everyone in the audience, it's an honor to be here today to help celebrate this 10th anniversary of the Live United Bowl game. On behalf of Farmers Bank and Trust and the community as a whole, we appreciate the partnership between the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, Mark, the United Way, his staff, City of Texarkana, Texas, A&P Commission, and the community as a whole. It takes everybody to make this game come to fruition and to be successful. And we're just proud to be part of the partnership. Congratulations to the mayor and his idea in 2012, and his wife, and the whole team that they have put together. Jerry Huckabee, there's just a whole list. Hickerson that worked diligently all year. So as soon as the day the game is over, on Sunday, they start preparing for the next year. So it takes all year to make this happen. And we're just very proud that we're going to be part of this one more year again today. Hope to be here in the future. That's the plan for us to do that. And congratulations to both of the teams. And the mayor's going to announce who they are here in a little bit. We have a special connection with one of them, being that they're from Magnolia, SAU. And that's where Farmers Bank and Trust was founded 117 years ago. But we wish both teams a lot of success. And we're hoping for a great, bright, beautiful Saturday like we had last year, perfect game day. We're hoping for that again this year, that we can have a huge turnout that helps support the United Way campaign and raising funds for all agencies they support. So thank you again for allowing us to be part of this partnership and success to 2023. Yeah. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Shelby.
Postcards, James, and again, thank you to Farmers Bank and Trust for agreeing to do this. Now I'm going to turn it over to Alan Brown. Alan probably could say all this in his sleep, and as a matter of fact, sometimes he does. I'm just saying. But I'm going to turn it over now to Alan to introduce the teams.
Thanks, Shelby. We are very excited about our matchup this year. But before we go any further, I want y'all to know that with James Bramlett with Farmers Bank and Trust, I don't know if y'all caught that or not, but he's renewed their sponsorship took their option on their 4th year of sponsorship, and we need to give him a round of applause for that. So we're very excited about our matchup this year. You know, when the season gets going in Division II, that's one of the primary things I do besides trying to stomach and watch the Razorbacks on Saturday. George Carpenter was laughing at me because at the beginning of the year, I had a bet with some people about the Big Hog, and I said we might win about 4 games. Everybody thought I was crazy, thought we'd win 9 or 10. We may not win 4. So I've been watching D2 football for a long time. Many of you know that I have a history of Division II football, having officiated high school ball and D2 football, working the Great American Conference, which was the Gulf South Conference. And it gets real interesting after about week 5, halfway through the season. These guys play an 11-game schedule. The GAC plays an 11-game all-conference schedule. The MIAA has 1 non-conference game. And so you kind of start watching and kind of start looking how things might pan out. Many of you know that the NCAA has a 28-team playoff bracket. So they select 4 regions. The nation is divided up in 4 regions. They rank teams starting with 3 weeks left of the season. They take the top 7 ranked teams to the playoffs and make a 28-team bracket. Then the rest of those schools, which is quite a few of them that have at least 6 wins or less, have no opportunities to play a postseason bowl game. And so we are one of now 2 division bowl games in the country. And so we have a lot of interest in our game. People want to come here and play. We've built a great reputation for the Living United Bowl through all of you guys' help, sponsorship money, and I'll cover that in just a second. But we've got 2 great teams for you. We've actually got a 2018 rematch. We had Southern Arkansas University and Missouri Western back in 2018. It was a great ball game. It came down to a touchdown. These schools were arguably what I would say the first 2 schools that were left out of the playoffs. They'll probably be the 2 highest ranked teams we've had here in Texas County. Missouri Western comes into this matchup with an 8-3 record. Actually lost their last football game, which probably kept them out of the playoffs. They're actually coached by a guy that, in a conversation I had with him yesterday, I want to know if we would commemorate a statue for him for playing in the Living United Bowl. But Coach Fenwick comes from southeastern Oklahoma State. He accepted the job at Missouri Western shortly after he played in the Living United Bowl back-to-back years, the last 2 years. And we're very pleased to have him back. He is a big supporter of our game, and I'm sure he'll tell you about that later on. And we have Southern Arkansas University, the Mule Riders. This is their 3rd appearance as well. They're coming off a 9-2 record. One of their defeats is to the #1 ranked team in the country in our region, which is Harding University. They finished 11-0. Very, very great year for Southern Arkansas University. We have a lot of SAU alumni in this area. We've had great attendance when SAU has played in this game in the past. We're looking for a great game. So we have a 9-2 Southern Arkansas that will be the home team and representing the Great American Conference. We have the Missouri Western Griffin, which will be the visiting team from Missouri Western is from, good night, help me, Andy. The MIAA, threw a blank there. So I appreciate everybody being here, and so without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the athletic director of Missouri Western University, Mr. Andy Carter.
Thank you, Alan. Really appreciate to be here. Really appreciate all the hard work that your committee and your community does to put on such a special event for our student athletes and our fans and our coaches. Let me start and just issue some congratulations to Southern Arkansas University AD Steve Browning and head football coach Brad Smiley on a great year. We're looking forward to competing against a formidable opponent, and they certainly are. So congrats to Southern Arkansas. Playing in the Farmers Bank and Trust Live United Bowl is a tremendous opportunity for our football program. It's also a tremendous opportunity for our athletic department and our university as a whole. The momentum we've gained, the excitement that was created, and the rich experiences provided for our student athletes through the past few months would not be possible without the season that our football program has just completed. I'm grateful for Tyler and his staff, really for our entire athletic staff and our coaches for their work in establishing new standards of expectations and accountability throughout our athletic department. I'm also grateful for the support that we receive from our community and our campus, and it really is a special time to be a Griffin. Speaking of support, none of this would be possible without the support of our leadership, our Gold Coat Board. It does a tremendous amount of work on behalf of our student athletes, our Board of Governors, and our President, who allows us to vision and to achieve with purpose. So it's my privilege to introduce my boss and our university president, Dr. Elizabeth Kennedy.
All right, well, thank you, Andy. Good morning. And as I like to say, today is a great day to be a Griffin. We are honored to have the opportunity to continue our outstanding football season at the Farmers Bank and Trust Live United Bowl. We've actually participated, my understanding is twice before, in 2018 and in 2019. It was a first-class experience for our student athletes then, and we are thrilled to be invited back. You know, at Missouri Western, we often talk about athletics as being the front porch of the university, and I think that's a pretty appropriate metaphor. I mean, think about what a front porch is. It's highly visible, something everybody sees. In real estate, it's the curb appeal. And while it's not necessarily the most important part of our house, it is amongst the most visible. And visibility is important, but it's much more than that. I mean, think about the role of the front porch in our own homes, right? It's where we invite people in, where we greet family and friends. It's, after all, where we put our welcome mat, but it's also where we build community. And athletics serves that function at Missouri Western as well. It is a place where we invite a broad cross-section of our city and our region onto our campus to make them feel welcome, to bring them into the Griffin family, and most importantly, to show our community who we are, what we stand for, and what we're made of. And we've seen that grit, determination, athleticism, sportsmanship, all season long among our football team. And I am so pleased that our Griffs will be able to showcase that one more time this year. In his first year, Coach Tyler Fenwick has led the Griffins to a remarkable, and I must say incredibly exciting season. Their 8-3 record includes wins over 2 teams that were ranked at the top 10 at the time. And lest we forget this team that was picked to finish 9th in the MIAA, finished 3rd. So to Athletic Director Andy Carter and your staff, Coach Fenwick and your coaches and staff, and all of you who worked tirelessly with such dedication, congratulations, job well done. And to this team, these players, way to go, Griffs. We could not be more proud of you. I also want to offer my heartfelt congratulations to Southern Arkansas Athletic Director Steve Browning and Coach Brad Smiley for the Mole Riders' outstanding season this year. We are very much looking forward to competing at Razorback Stadium in Texarkana on December 2nd. And finally, I'd like to thank Bowl Chair Alan Brown, and the Live United Bowl Committee, title sponsors Farmers Bank and Trust, the City of Texarkana, and the countless volunteers who come together to make this Live United Bowl such an outstanding event. So many hands working so hard to make this event so special for our student athletes, our coaches, and our fans. We're truly grateful for this opportunity of providing for D2 programs in the region, and very much look forward to being part of it again. Thank you so much.
So as I begin introduction of our head football coach, Tyler Fenwick, I would just say that, you know, he's completed his first year as our head coach for this fall of 23 season, but he's been part of our football staff in the past during some of the most successful times that we've had. He's been a huge success in year 1, and we're very excited about the current status of our program and also for the future of the football program. So now I give you head football coach of the Griffins, Tyler Fenwick.
Yeah, this is very exciting to be back. I know I've been a part of the Live United Bowl a few years now, and you know, when we got the call that we would be in the conversation to be invited and then be invited, I mean, I just know what kind of a what kind of an organization that puts us together, and the people that put this together, and having the conversation with Alan just the other day, and you know, going through it just brought back a lot of great memories, and then having the team meeting with our players and being able to talk about and kind of give them the foresight of what this bowl is all about. Just the organization and the experience that they put on is just one of those things that I know that kids that I've coached in the past that have been in this bowl game have not forgotten and have enjoyed very much. And so it's exciting to be back. I think that as a football program, if you're not trying to get to the postseason in some form or fashion, then you probably need to step your game up because I think that's what we're all striving for. It's the competition. It's the trying to play a 12th game at least, and this gives us an opportunity to have a great experience, play a 12th game, and you know, compete against a really good football team down at the GAC. And I got a chance to meet Coach Smiley last year when we were both in the GAC conference and competed against each other. And so we know what we're getting into. We know that they're going to bring a good football team and a well-coached football team to the game, and excited for the challenge and excited for the competition. And I know we're very excited to prepare and get down there and get to work.
Howard, thank you, and we're going to get to a couple of football questions here in just a minute. I know you want to know a little bit about their team. So at this time, I would like to introduce a guy that's really no stranger to Texarkana. Southern Arkansas has a lot of roots here, but this time I'd like to introduce you the athletic director of Southern Arkansas University, Steve Browning.
Alan, appreciate you. Again, we appreciate the opportunity to be here. I kind of want to echo what Andy said. I want Coach Fenwick, congratulations. You've got an awesome team. Looking forward to the competition. Dr. Kennedy, you've got a great university there. Congratulations, y'all. And Andy and I go way back from his days in the GAC, and I appreciate your friendship and looking forward to our teams competing against each other, but also having a chance to visit with you. So congratulations to y'all. We want to say thank you. Farmers Bank, it was mentioned earlier, Farmers Bank and Trust, the roots are right here in Magnolia. They are huge supporters of our university, but not just us in athletics, but also just our university and our community as a whole. So anytime you can be a part of something that Farmers Bank and Trust's name on, it's going to be first class. So thank you, Farmers, for giving us that opportunity to be there. Alan and his staff, the volunteers, Texarkana, Arkansas, Texarkana, Texas, A&P Commission, we thank you all because, like I said, as mentioned, it's the opportunity to play one more game doesn't happen in too many places. So we're excited about that opportunity. A little background about Southern Arkansas and its roots with Texarkana, Arkansas, and Texarkana, Texas. Currently, right now, we have 350 students enrolled at Southern Arkansas that come from Miller or Bowie County. So when we arrive there on December 2nd, we're expecting not just our crowd that we feel like we will bring, but also we're looking for a huge crowd maybe from the community because there'll be some interest there for Southern Arkansas University. So we couldn't be more excited about that. As mentioned, athletics being the front porch of the university, it's so true. I tease people all the time, and I've talked to Coach Smiley about this. Boy, football puts everybody in a good mood or a bad mood in the fall. And, this fall we were blessed that our football team under Coach Brad Smiley's leadership has done tremendous. Record enrollment this fall at SAU. And so when you have record enrollment and you got a football team having the type of year that they're having, it just puts everybody in a pretty dang good mood this fall. So we're excited about the opportunity. We're also excited, to be a part of something that benefits something bigger than ourselves, something bigger than our student athletes. United Way, the partnership that the bowl game has with United Way, we preach service here. I'm happy to report that our student athletes have done over 3,800 hours of community service so far this fall, which has an economic impact of over $120,000. So to be able to partner with a bowl game, give our student athletes one more game, our coaches one more game, but to know that it means something and that the money that's brought in from this game is going to benefit the city of Texarkana, it kind of goes in line with who we are here at Southern Arkansas. Again, we've seen tremendous growth here at SAU. We're excited to be there. We wouldn't be here without the football team and the year they had. We're excited about the opportunity for not only our coaches, our student athletes, our department, our fans. We've got the third largest band in the state of Arkansas, so 215 of those jokers are going to roll up over there and help provide an awesome atmosphere. And this is more than just about our football program. This is about our community, about our university, and we're excited to be a part of it. As I mentioned, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't without the leadership of our head football coach, Brad Smiley. He is in his second season. We've got a storied history here at Southern Arkansas, but the last 2 years, the change in culture, the change in the dynamic, the positivity, the intensity, the grit, I could sit here and talk about all the different things that has been brought back to our program. It wouldn't be without Coach Brad Smiley and his staff. So at this time, I want to turn it over to our head football coach, Brad Smiley.
Appreciate it, Coach. Good morning to everybody. And I'm telling you, we're fired up. We're fired up and ready to roll. I know that I've heard nothing but great things about this game. When Coach Fenwick reached out to me, when it was all settled in, and that was one thing, he shot me a text, man, this bowl game does a fantastic job. The sponsors, everything about it's first class. And that's something that both of our teams certainly deserve. We both had a great run this year. It's been a lot of fun. And for us to get a 12th game was huge for us, because it just wasn't the time for this run to be over. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, with Farmers Bank and our connections with the university here and with our program, and they sponsored things throughout the year for us, and 7-on-7 shootouts, and to be back over in the Texarkana area where we've got players on this football team from Texas High and Pleasant Grove, and we have strong connections with Arkansas High, Liberty Ilo, all the teams in that area. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Our guys were fired. We knew all along, to have a successful football season, you need to be playing at or after Thanksgiving. And that's what, to me, always marks a successful football season. When you're playing meaningful football in the month of November and you're getting a chance to get out there and compete on or after Thanksgiving weekend, it's a special deal. So we appreciate everybody that for giving this opportunity. Appreciate our administration for co-signing on this and allow it to happen. It's going to be a fantastic matchup. Coach has a great team. You look at the stats across the board, it's going to be a great matchup, and there's familiarity with us too. So, battling each other last year makes for an intriguing matchup. The fact that we all know each other pretty well.
Coach Smiley, thank you. And let's talk a little football. We'll see if we have a couple of questions about football, and then we're going to do a real quick rundown on our event schedule and wrap up this morning. But Coach Fenwick, you come to Missouri Western in your first year. You had a great year. You actually 2 weeks ago beat Pitt State, which is huge, I know, for your athletic program. And knowing Pitt State, I know they were disappointed in that, but that had to be one of your highlights. But talk a little bit about your offense and defense philosophies, and maybe any star players you have that might have NFL potential or something that you might want to watch for.
Yeah, we when I got here in December, it started the process of building relationships and trying to figure out who we have, and we had a pretty strong roster. And then we went out, we added a few pieces, but I think the strength of our football team is probably up front. Our offensive line's got 4 senior offensive linemen that have played a lot of football, have a lot of experience. I think our left tackle, Keith Russell, is a guy that's we've got a lot of scouts that have come through, NFL scouts that have come through and look at him. And then on the defensive side, kind of the same thing, starting up front with CJ Ravenel and Dakari Streeter, who was just named the defensive player of the year in the conference. And I think anytime that you have a strong front, a strong offensive line, or a strong defensive line, then you've got a chance to win games and put your team in position to be successful. I think we've got some good surrounding factors. We brought in a quarterback, Armani Eden, who ended up being a honorable mention all conference guy. He's been learning every week. He's an exciting player. And then we've got a 3-headed monster at running back with Brandon Hall and Jared Scott and Seth Cromwell, who was actually the freshman player of the year in the conference in the MIAA. So we've got some pretty strong weapons, and defensively we've had some started off the season with some inexperienced secondary guys were backup roles, but watching those guys grow and learn the game and learn the schemes and learn who we are and see them get to the point where, as you mentioned, beating Pitt State, those guys, seeing those guys get into that situation where they can compete at that high level, it's been fun to watch. I think that's, part of the process of building a team and growing a team and developing a team and watching these guys get better each week. And obviously being able to see them all play one more time. We've got a handful of seniors. So I think it's a special thing that they get a chance to play one more game, play a 12th game and go out with a bowl game and just make that a great experience for them.
Thank you. Coach Smiley, I know that you've had a great season, 9-2 record. You actually have some local talent that plays for the Mule Riders. Also talk a little bit about your offense and defensive players you've got, and if you want to touch on anybody locally, tell us a little bit about your football team offensively and defensively.
Well, I mean, it's very similar to Coach. I mean, you offensively, we like to, we're up tempo. We like to go. We like to have some fun with it. I mean, we're still relatively a young club. I mean, this year we still only have 4 seniors. Last year we had 5. This year we had 4. Very junior heavy. But there's a handful of guys that as juniors have already graduated, or even, thanks to COVID, finished grad school, and they're getting ready to get out into the real world. Of course, Kendall Reed from Texas High is one of those guys. He's currently finishing up his master's degree as his undergrad here. It's Nate Minnies from Texas High as well. And I mean, just really for us, offensively, we're pretty good up front. I think so as well. But we have 3 juniors, and we start 2 freshmen. So again, pretty youthful, but with a lot of experience. But our quarterback, O.B. Jones, I'd like to say our all conference people, but ours isn't released till this afternoon. So I have no idea who's going to be all conference. So we should be well represented, like Coach, I would think. Coach had 12 guys, first, second, or third team in my AA. So congratulations to those guys. But, our quarterback makes us go. O.B. Jones, he's a true dual threat. I mean, he's about 1,000-yard rusher this year, but we also have a 1,000-yard rusher in Jarek Scales, who became the first player in school history to rush for 1,000 yards in 3 consecutive seasons. He's a junior as well. Caden Roach had 700 yards rushing as well. And so, Coach, we rely heavily on the run game, but we can throw it like he can. On the defensive side of the ball, we're really, again, our defensive front, we rely on them. And I think if you go out and ask any team playing in the postseason right now, Coach Fenwick would say the same thing, that they're probably pretty good up front on both sides of the ball, and that's why we are both successful in winning the games we are. But our secondary's having a phenomenal year. Lots of pass breakups. I believe Melvin Smith leads the nation in passes defended, pass breakups, multiple interceptions, and our linebacking core. Our one senior on the defensive side of the ball is our Mike linebacker, Jacob Berry's had a phenomenal year for us. He had a great year for us last year. So, this will be his swan song, along with O.B. Jones and then 2 other seniors on the offensive side of the ball. But it'll be fun. I mean, but you can tell when you cut on the film with Coach Fenwick, both last year, this year, they believe in a lot of things that we believe in. It's about being physical, a physical style of play. So fast and physical, it should be a great matchup. Look forward to a lot of fun.
Coach Browning, you and I have talked about this a couple of times, but what would it mean to SAU to win 10 ball games in football in one season?
Well, first of all, for our student athletes, just that opportunity to get to 10 wins. I know Coach Smiley could sit here and probably talk a lot more about their internal goals and the things they set out to accomplish, but 10 wins for us hasn't been done here since 1952. So the opportunity just to get to play for a 10th win is remarkable, and for our student athletes to be in that situation. But what it would do for our morale, not just morale, the boost, I think it would show that we've got the right coaching staff, we've got the right student athletes, we've got the right ingredients in place to be a successful football program, that not just the GAC needs to be worried about, but to put our names on the national landscape. So we know that if you get to that 10 win mark, people take notice. And not just within your conference, but nationally, because it's hard to do. So I just think it'd be remarkable for the entire university to get to that point. And like I said, we're just excited to be in the opportunity to have this opportunity to sit here and play for a 10th game.
It comes down to a field goal. Who's got the best kicker?
You asking me?
Well, his guy's all conference already, so I don't know about mine. He's got an all-conference punter too, so we'll see what comes out when ours gets released.
So right now we'll open it up for a couple of questions from the audience if we have any, and then we'll get into the schedule of events. Yes, sir.
What's the record for both teams right now?
The record for both teams: Missouri Western is 8-3, Southern Arkansas is 9-2. Good matchup. Anyone else? John Williams.
You both talked about getting to play that 12 what was the reaction of the players who played on the game, and how important is it for the program next year? Get the next year.
Did y'all get that? He said that the opportunity for you to play the 12th game, what was the reaction of your players? And what does it mean to you as a coaching staff for your players to get that extra preparation time, that extra week of practice in another game? Coach Smiley, you can take that first.
Huge for us. I mean, and honestly, my take on this is, this is my 13th season as a head coach and second one here, but the opportunity for postseason play to give us another couple of weeks with our young guys, getting a chance to go out and continue to practice, continue to work with them. That's huge for us as a coaching staff in the future of our program. Obviously, for the seniors, for the guys, if this is their last go round, it's an opportunity to, finish up the right way and continue working with their family, with their loved ones. I mean, their brothers in that locker room and really get a chance to spend some more time with them before they ride off into the sunset. So, and from the recruiting standpoint, it gets an opportunity for, recruits, local recruits, coaches to come watch bowl practices, to come spend some time with us and see us in action. So for me, postseason play is huge, absolutely huge for a program and for the continued growth of a program.
Howard?
We had our team meeting on Monday afternoon, and our guys didn't really know what was going on. And I think it was just the vibe was a little bit more of a relief that we get to play another game, that we get another chance to take the field, to compete. Like I said, we've got a handful of seniors and the opportunity for them to go out one more time and before they get into real life and careers and that sort of thing. They get to put the pads on one more time and play with their peers and teammates and all that. So the bowl game is a great thing for the development of our football team. I mean, us being here for one year and trying to continue to grow this program, it gives us an opportunity with our younger guys, our redshirt guys that have been on scout team really for the most part for the entire year, and we'll give them an opportunity to treat this as almost a pre-spring ball for a couple of days and give them an opportunity to dig into the schemes that we're actually teaching and see what they can do and let them play a little bit and also our kids are the guys that have been playing it's a long season for us in the MIAA and had some pretty physical games to end the season. So it gives us a chance to freshen up, recharge the batteries, heal up. And then next after just right there before Thanksgiving, we'll kind of start preparing those guys for the mule riders. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a great opportunity for as a whole. And as Coach Smiley said as well, I mean, it's from a recruiting standpoint, being able to highlight the fact that, we're one of the few teams that gets to play an extra game and play into the postseason, that not everybody gets a chance to do that. So that's a big deal.
Any other quick questions? All right, I want to move real quick and run through the wrapping up. I want to run through the schedule for this year. These teams will start arriving on Thursday, November the 30th. They'll come into town late afternoon. We have a big community event, a joint community event we'll be doing here at the Convention Center for Harvest Texarkana and packing some meals and stuff for our local community. Then on Friday, these guys will kind of get Friday morning off, and then at noon, we'll start lunch, and then we're going to hit the trails again with community events on Friday afternoon with running WJ Ring opportunity, Texarkana Resources and the Haven Home, and then over to TASD's middle school. Those are really highlights of that Friday afternoon community events are really a highlight of these guys. And it really means a lot to these players when they understand that, we're teaching them a little bit about our community and what they're raising money for. Then on Friday night, it will be wild. I would just leave it at that. We'll be at the Texas Convention Center, and we will have a banquet. We will have 500 plus in that banquet. We'll have a lot of fun that night, but immediately following that banquet at 8 p.m., hopefully outdoors if the weather's permitting, we'll have our collegiate pep rally. We always have real good attendance at that pep rally. It's open to the public for free. The banquet itself, there are very few tickets that will be available for sale for the banquet. That's $25. They can only be purchased online. That is available now on our website, but there's very few of those available, for purchase. But after the, pep rally, it's open again to the public for free. It starts at 8 o'clock, usually lasts about an hour, 45, 50 minutes. We're gonna go home, and then Saturday morning, we're gonna get ready to play a football game. The game will kick off at noon on December the 2nd at Razorback Stadium. We're very excited about this matchup. You will have an opportunity to see a great college football game. You know, when Jeff Robertson and I started this ball game, one of the things that we felt that was very important to have a D2 background was we wanted to give especially student athletes and students an opportunity to see a collegiate football game that may not have ever had an opportunity to do that. And we're reaching that. And one reason that we're still reaching that is we've not changed the price of our student tickets to $4. And so we have numerous people here that have bought tickets, that give tickets away. Mark Luckett is a prime example of that by donating tickets to all 4 of our high schools every year, so that we're trying to get tickets in their hands so that they can come out and see a great quality football game that they might not have ordinarily been able to see. It's also a very good game for adults. Most of the adults that I talk to that come to the game said, you know, that was a great football game. I didn't know anybody that was playing. You know, the difference in this year is that you're probably going to know a few of those kids that played for Southern Arkansas, so you can't use that excuse anymore that I'm not coming because I don't know anybody that's playing. But you got an opportunity to see some potential professional players that get an opportunity to play here on December the 2nd. Tickets are on sale online. You can buy student and adult tickets online. We will sell them at the game that day. The stadium gates will, the tailgating gates will open at 8 a.m. The stadium gates will open at 10 a.m. This year, for next week, we are running a ticket special commemorating our 10th game. We're running a special for, if you will buy 10 adult tickets or 10 student tickets, you'll get half off for next week. So if you'll come in and buy 10 adult tickets that would normally cost you $100, we'll sell you those tickets for $50. And $40 would be the normal price for 10 student tickets. You can have them for $20. You can only do that at the United Way office or any Millway credit union location. You cannot do it online. You have to come in and buy them at one of those locations if you want to take advantage of that discount commemorating our 10th anniversary. I do have sponsorship packets. If you've already sent in your sponsorship money, you'll have a packet over there. HUD can help you find those. You can take those. It'll have your tickets in there that came with your sponsorship. Please pick those up. I have media passes. I see Julie and Fred back there. I have you guys and stuff up here for game day so we can get that out of the way. We're, again, excited about the matchup. We could not do it without all of our sponsors. And in closing today, I certainly want to thank Farmers Bank and Trust and our relationship. I appreciate the opportunity to work with them one more year in next year's game. Our founding sponsor, the Texarkana, Arkansas Advertising and Promotion Commission, the city of Texarkana, Texas. Y'all can't see him, then you're probably blind, but Mayor Bergman is here, that beautiful orange jacket. I appreciate him wearing that to a non-event that I couldn't wear my red jacket. I appreciate him wearing his orange. But they come forward every year and sponsor the Fenwick, which is a tremendous treat for these student athletes and the fans that participate in that. Arkansas Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wendy's, Krista St. Michael, Express Employment, Newts, Hilton Garden Inn, Mark Luckett with J. Bonding, A.P. Swepco, Commercial National Bank, Offenhauser and Company, UAXT, the Oakland Rotary Club, Red River Credit Union. It's just unbelievable the people that have been able to come out and help support. We could not be here today without TASD. Texarkana Arkansas School District opens up their campus basically for us. Coach Outlaw, thank you. Coach Trey Outlaw's here representing Arkansas High. He's the athletic director, current football coach there. That guy is great to work with. He understands what we're trying to do. But that stadium and all that will be rocking on that day, and it'll be a great atmosphere for football. Certainly couldn't do it without our media sponsors. We have 4 States Living magazine. I think Robin is here. You'll get a program this year. Robin always does our program for us. We appreciate that. AMI Radio Group, John Williams is here. I know Texarkana Gazette, Ashley Gardner's here. covering for the Gazette, Town Square Media, Texarkana Radio, Remac Outdoor Advertising, Jill McMahon is here. We've got billboards running. It's just been unbelievable, the support that we continue to give for this game. We have several in-kind sponsors that we want to thank. Douglas Company, LifeNet, I see LifeNet is here to provide an ambulance for us that day. We have the Noon Lions Club, and we have a group of Christian men that cook meals for these universities at the end of the day every day and donate their time and food for that. And so we couldn't do it without that. So we're ready to rock and roll. But you know, we're working this year. We're going to do everything we can to sell every ticket we can. And I say this every year that, you know, we just do not get the local support that we really thought we would get when we started this game and trying to build the stand-up. You won't have to worry about these two universities supporting this game. Everybody that can possibly make it to this game from both universities will come. We need to get everybody in this local community to keep supporting this game so that we can raise the money for the United Way that make a significant impact in our community. So I appreciate everybody coming. Anybody have any questions? I want to again give a round of applause for our two schools from the very west. Touch. Coach Branding, I'll talk to y'all this afternoon, and Andy, I'll set up a time when we get your packet out to you so we can go over that. But we appreciate you guys. We're excited to have you. We appreciate you taking time and joining us today for the press conference, and we're looking forward to having you in town on the 30th of November.
Thank you, Alan.
All right. Any other questions before we adjourn? Thank you for coming.